Hey Spring Hill, welcome to the video portion of my September 2021 newsletter. I want to talk about the current vacancy we have on the Board of Mayor and Aldermen. A lot of you know by now, or you've read my newsletter, that Alderman Dan Allen has resigned to fulfill a role as Assistant City Administrator. It's actually a return to that position for Alderman Allen, now former Alderman Allen, and that means we have a vacancy on the board, and by the city charter, the 8 remaining aldermen and mayor have to vote on a replacement. So that replacement can be anybody who lives within Ward 3 who's otherwise eligible to be elected, means 18 years and older and been a resident of Ward 3 for at least the past 12 months. Personally, I've got 5 questions I think are very important to ask anybody running for office, and I plan on asking these questions to anybody who shows an interest in the Ward 3 seat that's now available. Number one question I want to ask somebody is, what are you going to do to enhance the city's finances? Now, how quickly somebody answers this question tells you a lot about how prepared they are for the position. And if you get a very generic answer like, I want to cut wasteful spending, great idea, we're all for it, but that's a really generic answer and doesn't really say that you know a lot about the position and what you're coming into. Number 2 question that I like to ask people: what criteria are you going to use when it comes time to make an appointment to the various committees or commissions that the aldermen oversee? This has certainly been a hot topic recently, and we've gone as far as adopting policy for the criteria to appoint members to our pending IDB, Industrial Development Board. But understanding that logical thought process and finding somebody who's going to identify professional skills and strengths that are attributes to the city versus just doing favorite of friends is a real key thing to be looking for in any elected official. Number 3 question I always have for everybody is, what off the radar challenges is the city facing and what are you going to do about it, right? Real easy for anybody to say, hey, the city's got challenges around roads, the city's got challenges around infrastructure, the city's got challenges around any of the headline issues. What's not a headline and what do we need to do about it? Identifying a problem is great. Developing a plan to act upon it is better. Number 4 question from me is, what would you change about the Unified Development Code or another city ordinance? And again, this question is really important in how quickly and how detailed they answer it. An understanding of how the current ordinances are laid out and how the current Unified Development Code is laid out is the baseline of making any changes. If you don't understand what the rules are today, you're not going to be able to get us a better set of rules in the future. And the last question I plan on asking everybody is, how do you plan on engaging with citizens? Every campaign I've seen here locally talks about transparency and being available and the same yada, 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 yada. And if you go look at all 9 of our Facebook pages, some of us update them, some of us don't. Now, Facebook is not the only way to engage with citizens, but you need to hear solid plans around how your elected officials are going to engage back with you on a regular basis, and not just when they want something from you, like your vote. So, if you are interested in the Ward 3 seat, I'd love to hear from you, and I think you should talk to the entire Board of Mayor and Aldermen. Email boma@springhilltn.org, state your interest, get to that October 4th meeting, go up to public comment, tell us again in public why you're interested. But if you talk to me, you're going to get these 5 questions, and I hope you can answer them well. So that'll be addressed over the upcoming several weeks. But for now, I want to go out to Rippavilla, where we've got a new marker installed, and the CEO of the Battle of Franklin Trust, Eric Jacobson, is going to help tell us more about it. Here with the CEO of Battle of Franklin Trust, Eric Jacobson, and the new marker out at Rippavilla. Eric, can you tell us how this marker came about?
Well, when we took over management at Rippavilla a few months ago, one of the things that we're trying to do and are trying to do is to tell a broader history of the site. And one of the things that we've known for quite a while, but we dug into, was a handful of Chair's slaves escaped, ran away in 1863, 1864, and joined the U.S. Army. It was one of the provisions of the Emancipation Proclamation. So we worked with the American Battlefield Trust and the Civil War Trails folks to sponsor and design this interpretive marker about some of those men. Joshua, Jerry, Philip, who were all born into slavery right here, joined the U.S. Army in 1864. One of them actually fought at the Battle of Nashville. So got the sign installed earlier this week, and we unveiled it on Wednesday. So it's great. Every visitor who comes to Rippavilla can now...
That's great. And the marker is right here across from the mansion. If somebody wants to come take a tour of the mansion or tour of the grounds, that's the best way to get a ticket.
Just check in at the visitor center. We'll get you set up. You can come out and see the sign.
There you go. Come on out, Spring Hill.
Thanks.